Welcome to the Steering Change Podcast, navigating through the commercial transportation industry in Alberta and beyond, powered by the Alberta Motor Transport Association. Here's your host, Kelsey Hipkin.
Greetings, friends, and welcome to today's episode, which just happens to be Steering Change's 50th milestone podcast. So thanks for joining us today. Also joining us, we have Shelley Walker, CEO of the Women's Trucking Federation of Canada. Established in 2015, WTFC is a network created for women to empower, expand, and retain employment while shifting attitudes about women in commercial transportation and beyond. This includes supporting the industry with issues around training, safety, career progression, education, mentoring, and more. Shelley, welcome back to Steering Change.
Oh, thanks for having me on, Kelsey.
Always a pleasure. To start, can you tell us a bit about yourself and the work that you do?
Well, I'm the CEO of the Women's Trucking Federation of Canada, and I am also the president of the No Human Trafficking campaign. I have been out of a truck now probably just over 4 years, but I still have my license because I've dedicated myself full time to WTFC and helping it advance, as well as the stuff I do in human trafficking.
So I'm so glad that you mentioned your Class 1 and your truck driving past. Can you tell us a bit more about your family history with industry and your life as a Class 1 driver?
Well, my dad was a truck driver, so that's how I got started in it. My uncle started a company called Bell City Brands, which was fruit and produce, and now became into Bell City Transport out of Brantford. So trucking is in the family.
And for yourself, what was your experience as a driver that kind of led you to be so impassioned about the Women's Trucking Federation?
I was finding that I wasn't seeing enough women on the road. And those that you did meet, you didn't have time to talk. It was, hi, bye, a wave down the road. And then I got thinking about it. There's so many different groups and organizations, but they're all for men. So we needed something for women.
And what did that look like building WTFC into what it's become today?
Building WTFC, that was a struggle because so many people looked at me as being just a driver, right? What do you know? You're just a driver. And so that was a real challenge. And the first few years, I was still driving full time and trying to build WTFC.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take my vacation time around events or conferences or anything like that so that I could get in there and start networking with other people. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to start networking in other women's circles. So I did with Boilermakers and STEM and nuclear and energy, because women as a whole, regardless of what sector we work in, our voices are stronger when we're together.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of the same issues and struggles. So let's not work on solutions together, or maybe somebody already has a solution that we can fine tune for our own sector. So that's what started me going.
Fantastic. And while you're wearing both your WTFC hat and your commercial driving hat, what are you seeing as some of the biggest obstacles and or issues facing industry today?
Right now, our industry, in all honesty, is a mess. And I've said it for years, we're broken on the inside out. And until we start fixing that, things are just going to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Like Driver Inc. is just the tip of the iceberg to what's plaguing our industry, as well as truck training standards across the country.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the way the system is, we're setting people up to fail.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to more people that are, they've only had their license 2 or 3 months, and they're already leaving our sector because of what's happening. So we need to fix it. And we have to stop expecting that government is going to make these changes, that government is going to be the one to save our industry.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start doing it ourselves.
And I know here in Alberta, we are advocating for more rest stops. How is the rest stop situation out east with you guys in Ontario?
Oh, the rest stops across Canada, they suck. I'm just going to be plain. They suck. They're terrible. They're terrible.
Yeah.
Canada is so far behind the 8th ball compared to other countries, even to the US. And these are drivers. These are the people that move our goods across the economy.
Mm-hmm.
These are the people that allow C-suite people to make their six-figure salary a year, yet they are treated like garbage, and that needs to change.
Absolutely. Don't hate you there. For more information on AMTA's advocacy, and then we'll definitely be sharing some of Shelley's information in the show notes as well. Be sure to check those out, and we can direct you guys if you have any more questions in that regard. Okay, so let's change lanes. I was at your Bridging the Barriers conference this past spring. We are going to chat about that more later, but at that event, you rolled out the KNOW, that's KNOW, human trafficking campaign. As you know, Shelley, human trafficking and commercial transportation are closely linked, as drivers can be ideal eyes on the road for the amount of distance that they cover. And for our listeners, I'm going to cover some quick stats on human trafficking from Stats Canada. And that includes from 2023, there were 570 trafficking incidents reported to police. Please note that number can change because not all incidents are reported. 93% of victims are women and girls, and the highest rates of trafficking take place in Ontario and Nova Scotia. So, Shelley, on that front, can you tell me more about KNOW and how you're raising awareness?
So the campaign started initially with wrapping a tractor trailer
Mm-hmm.
because there's nothing like 53-foot rolling billboards going down our highways.
Yeah.
And the beginning people told me it was the stupidest thing they'd ever heard of. But now we have 34 of them rolling up and down the highways. We have some new ones that are going to be launched in February to coordinate with National Human Trafficking Awareness Day.
Awesome.
Right? So it's important. And we've wrapped cement trucks. We've got some tankers that have the decal on the back. So you don't have to wrap a whole truck or trailer. You can support campaigns simply by putting the human trafficking awareness ribbon on your vehicles, right? Which is so easy to do because we send you a file, you take it to your own graphics place, you have them printed to the size you want and slap them on, right? So that's how we kind of got started in it. Now we're doing some stuff with Timmy's Market.
Mm-hmm.
And there is what's known as, it's called the Shelley Shower Kit. So the proceeds of all those that are sold, a donation will be going to No Human Trafficking to help us to continue to wrap more trailers and do what we do. So it's going to be great. We've got some other things that we're working on that we're going to be coming out with hopefully in the new year. So there'll be some new materials. We're just waiting right now. We are halfway through the waiting time for our charity status on No Human Trafficking. So we're pretty excited about that.
And tell me a bit more about the baskets. It's you make a donation and it does help out KNOW, but it also provides a gift of sorts to a human trafficking survivor.
Yeah, so the information that just went out recently is Timmy and Market's holiday campaign. So depending on what sponsorship level you want to do or just an individual basket, designates where it goes. So all the baskets go to survivors, but they do a special. So if you come in at gold, I think it is, you get 3 signed Timmy's books, and you also get a care package for your office. But the 20 baskets that you purchase all go to survivors, and they're going right across the country, even in Alberta. So we're pretty excited about helping her to promote that. And I must say, the 3 ladies that run this, they are survivors,
Mm-hmm.
right? So by purchasing these baskets, you're not only helping survivors that are just starting to come to take back their lives, you're also helping those that need employment and helping them fund for wages.
Awesome. And for either the baskets or Timmy's Market, or to learn more about KNOW, what is the best way to find more information?
At the nohumantrafficking.com. That's the one website. And we do have information on the WTFC.ca website. In fact, our new website, which hopefully will be launched on Monday. So we've had a whole new facelift. So we're getting pretty excited to launch that too.
Oh, awesome. We can keep an eye out for the show notes for that one too. Okay, so back to Bridging the Barriers that I mentioned a while back. You guys had kind of primarily done that in the East, and 2025 was the first year you've expanded out West. You were in Calgary. Can you tell me why the expansion and how did it go?
Well, we're having a lot of women that were flying in from Alberta and Saskatchewan to our Ontario conference. And we had a lot of members still out west that were like, why does everything happen to happen in Ontario? Would you think about coming out here? We don't want a half day conference. We want the full experience that the people get in Ontario. So we just decided, my board, we hemmed and hawed about it a bit, because when you don't have enough boots on the ground to do the hotel checks and the food
Mm-hmm.
checks and all those type of things, it made it difficult. So we just decided we're just going to go for it. So that's what we did, and it was a huge success. People are already asking for next year's dates, which we just announced. And we have our friends from the AMTA that are helping us with this conference. So we're pretty excited about that. And we have the award that we'll be doing again this year. We've been asked about adding a couple more to the Western Conference, so we're just toying with those at the moment. But yeah, we're pretty pumped about coming back to Calgary. It was a great time.
Awesome. And that award that Shelley mentioned is the AMTA Western Trailblazer Safety Award. We were thrilled to work with your team on that, Shelley. The first nominee was Christine Gruel with Four Seasons Transportation, a wonderful human and former AMTA Safety Person of the Year. So we are really looking forward to working with you guys again on 2026. You mentioned that you have your dates ready. Are you willing to share those with us today?
Yes, those are May 26th and 27th.
Fantastic. So we can include that in the show notes for you as well, folks. And then you can keep an eye on WTFC for when that event takes place and registration details. Okay, I'm going to start winding down, but I'm going to go back to WTFC itself. Can you tell me a bit about your mentorship program and how that works?
So the mentorship program that is being run by Jackie on my board, who is from Edmonton. So Jackie designed this program up, and so she's currently right now accepting applications in for mentors or mentees. And then she'll start pairing people together, and we'll go from there. So we did the soft launch when we were in Calgary. We did a bigger launch of it in September in Ontario. We've sent information out to people. So it's just as you're well, same as I am, and we are in turbulent times within our industry right now due to economic. So
Mm-hmm.
people are a lot more stressed out. They're extremely busy, but we're hoping that they'll realize the value that, this is the best time to have a mentor. This is the best time to work with a mentee. Um, it'll lower your blood pressure. It'll keep stress lower. Um, and it'll just give you somebody just to vent with if you need
Mm-hmm.
to, right? So it's a perfect time to pair up with either a mentor or mentee right now.
And are we talking just kind of driver mentors, or is this across the board with anything that industry might touch?
Yeah, this is across the board. So some of the ones we've already received, they're from managers, executive, safety, some HR ladies. So this is not strictly for drivers. We have a open forum for drivers. We have 350 mentors and mentees in that program
Oh, wow.
already, and that's been going probably at least 6 years, if not more. So
Amazing. That sounds great. And across Canada, you had mentioned, right?
yes, everything's across Canada. We are a national organization.
Perfect. Okay, Shelley, I really appreciate you joining us today. I just do want to open the floor for the end here. Is there anything that you would like to add?
No, I can't think of anything. Just to let you all know that we are excited to come back to Calgary. We are looking forward to it, and hoping the weather gods are just as nice as they were last year.
A girl can dream. Thank you so much for your time again, Shelley.
Thanks for having me on.
Take care. Let's close with some AMTA news. AMTA Special Edition Holiday Networking Regional Meetings in December take place December 3rd in Calgary, December 9th in Edmonton, and December 11th in Grande Prairie. Stay tuned to amta.ca, our e-news, and our socials for full details. As well, AMTA's 88th Annual Conference takes place April 22nd to 23rd at the Grey Eagle Event Centre in Calgary. Registration and sponsorship is now open. And in tandem with conference, be sure to check out AMTA's award nominations. Do you know someone who goes above and beyond in the fields of safety? Maybe they're a trailblazer of industry, a supplier who turned your business around, a friend to industry, or an AMT staff member who goes above and beyond. They deserve to be recognized, and this is your opportunity to do so. Award winner prizes include tickets for 2 to our award celebration, a night at the Grey Eagle Hotel, and a cash prize. Start thinking about who you could nominate today. Also, is there a way you think AMTA could be more engaging with you, our membership, and our listeners? Let us know your ideas and email marcom, that's MARCOM, at amta.ca with steering change in the subject line, and share your thoughts. And to end, do you have any questions or comments about the Steering Change episodes, particularly today? Please do reach out on our Instagram at AMTA_CA or LinkedIn and Facebook at Alberta Motor Transport Association. Stay safe and see you next time.
Thank you for listening to this episode of AMTA's Steering Change Podcast. The views expressed by guests of the Steering Change Podcast are their own and may not reflect the views of AMTA, its hosts, or sponsors. Did you have a question that you would like answered on an upcoming episode of the Steering Change Podcast? We want to hear from you. To submit a question to the Steering Change mailbag, hit up our DMs on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram with the hashtag Steering Change, and your question will be answered either live on the podcast or by one of our SMEs here at AMTA. We ask that you share this episode with those in your network that could benefit from what we discussed today, and make sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you can be notified when future episodes are released. You can learn more about us and our mission by visiting www.amta.ca. Now get out there and have a safe day.